Hello everyone and welcome to day 6 of my quarantine. It's a Monday today, so naturally Monday blues, it started off a little bit slow, but I know I have a lot of work to do for the gallery, so naturally it's going to be a really busy day, but I don't mind that. I like doing things for the gallery, I like working, and I'm gonna go ahead and go with the saying that if you love your job, you're never gonna have to work a day in your life. Hopefully, if I have enough time, I will do some of my financial markets course if I'm not just completely tired of being at the laptop all day. But anyway, this is my plan for today, and I'll just see where the day takes me past those plans.
I don't even know what you're doing.
So today was a day full of work, and when I say work, I've been working since this morning and non-stop, which was great. It's filled me with purpose, but I also found a little bit of time to chat with the PrintGang. It was a fun, productive day overall. I'm going to try to sneak in a lesson on financial markets before this day ends, and I still actually have to do a meeting with my colleagues, so it's still very much a very full-on day. Sorry if this vlog is kind of boring, but I've had to do work, so there's not really that much to film when I'm busy doing work on my computer. Actually, this is a question that I wanted to ask you. So last night I finished this book called Driven, and it's a book by one of my favorite successful people. His name is Robert Herjavec, and he's an immigrant that came with his mother and father to Canada, and they made a new life there, and eventually he became a multi-millionaire, which is a great inspirational story. So I finished that book last night after maybe about a month after starting to read it, but I'm a very slow reader, so don't be judging. This is why my next question is very tough. So I'm thinking, what should I read next? And because the last 2 books that I've read have been non-fiction, including Robert Herjavec's book, and then before that I read this book called Influence. That was a very much kind of psychological non-fiction book. So I'm thinking, what should my next book be like? Should it be non-fiction, or should I read a little bit of fiction to kind of change it up a bit? Which one should I read? Now I have Stephen King's It right here, which is a long book. And this is going to take me forever to finish because I'm a very slow reader, and this is over 1,000 pages. I don't think I've ever read a book that thick, but I know the story. I've watched the film from the 80s, not the new one. I actually kind of want to read it. I think it would be a really good read, and I think Stephen King, I've read a couple, maybe 3 or 4 of his books before. He really kind of takes you into the story, and you kind of completely get lost, and I think this is kind of what I need. At the same time, this is Esther Perel's The State of Affairs, Rethinking Infidelity. Now, I've always been interested in relationships and the psychology that kind of goes into relationships, and why relationships break, why they form, why infidelity happens, and I think this is the book for that. It's only 300 pages. And if you don't know who Esther Perel is and you're interested in psychology in relationships, you should definitely follow her on YouTube. She talks quite a lot about her practice as a therapist. This is the second book that I'm reading. She's released 2 books so far, and the first one was Mating in Captivity, which was mainly about marriages and why sometimes they don't work, and kind of she gave these case studies. It was a very interesting, engaging book on relationships. Now I want to say that I'm not pro infidelity, I'm not pro cheating. This is not what this is about. This is about the psychology behind it and why it happens and how to get over it. This will be an interesting read. So this is the question, which one? So if you're thinking, should I read Stephen King's It? Maybe write in the comments, read It. Or if you're thinking psychology, relationships, please tell me which one to choose, because I really don't know. So on this positive note, thank you for being here today with me for day 6. Tomorrow is day 7 and it's officially going to be 1 week since I came here, which is weird. It feels like I came here only yesterday, and there's gonna be another week before I out of quarantine and out into the real world and back to work, and it's going to be so overwhelming. I'm starting to think more about how I'm going to perceive, you know, everything that's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. But I'm excited. I'm excited to go back to my life, because honestly this whole lockdown is just, I'm done with it. As I've already said, I want it to be over. Hopefully coronavirus will be a thing of the past in the next couple of years. Hopefully there's going to be a vaccine and everybody that's sensible enough will vaccinate themselves. With that hopeful note, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like my vlogs, please give me a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you want. And just do whatever you want, really. And I will see you tomorrow for day 7 of my quarantine. And for now, have a good night and take care. Bye!